Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Farming in Massachusetts, the iRacing Super Speedway. Tonight, the National Racing Network is proud to be bringing you live coverage of the Baldwin Agriland Stockcar Extravaganza. 5 classes of stock cars going to be out on the racetrack tonight, including the old NASCAR Cup COT car. And the reason we're using that is because it is the fastest stock car on the iRacing service. Top speeds upwards of 250 miles an hour heading into the corners. Also, the trucks of the NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series. Also, the ARCA Menard Series cars will be on the racetrack. The NASCAR Wheel and Tour Modifieds, which are going to top out at about 150 miles per hour. And the street stocks also on the racetrack. They're going to top out about the same speed, 100 miles an hour closing speeds. Absolute insanity is what's coming up here. Let's get the qualification grid up here for you. In 5 minutes of qualifying, quick time belongs to that car right there, Dale Clow. Clyde Torkel Chicken Pit Special. That car to the top of the speed charts at a lap time of 45.00 seconds. Second quick, going to belong to the Chick-fil-A entry of Max Garbus on a very beefy night of racing. You'll get the joke in a little bit here. Max Garbus in the Chick-fil-A machine goes, well, now third quick because we've got a new quick time, Debbie Hedke. It's actually RJ Hedke, but we'll call him Debbie all night. In at the top of the charts. And we'll get the best lap times up here on the screen for you as well. Gary Godso now moving to the top of the charts. No surprise here. Antonio Estrada going to head to the top of the charts in his number 74. That Coca-Cola sponsored entry. Also, the 3 of Gary Godso, he went quick as well here. Let's cycle you through the classes as well. There's Jason Owens in the first of the Camping World trucks, at least I believe, or Gander Outdoors, excuse me. Seeing a lot of drivers have already gotten their lap times in here. So we'll take a look here. We'll pick up Chad Irvine. Front bumper of that car reads Move. The Baldwin Agriland Special. Got to thank everybody down there at Baldwin Agriland coming on as title sponsors of the Stockcar Extravaganza. Our normal broadcast partner, Matt Houston on the TNT series. He's driving the Impossible Beyond Meat entry. Not quite sure we're going to give him a lot of camera time, but we'll say hello to him once here because we're as beefy as we can get here tonight. The Miller Genuine Draft Midnight colored car. Rusty Wallace making that car famous for a lot of years. See who else we have on the racetrack. Almost everybody's taking time already. Pick up Jason Willott. That car's been very quick in practice. Heading straight into your living room. Want to remind everybody, you can get your comments on the air here. Morbic on YouTube. Checking in, saying hello all. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. So we've showed you the COTs, we've showed you the trucks. You got to see the street stocks a little bit here as well. Let's see if we can pick up, we may actually, oh yeah, checkered flags out on qualifying. So it is starting grid time here for the Baldwin Agriland Stockcar Extravaganza. 50 minutes of racing coming up. No caution flags in this one, so it's going to be 50 minutes of green flag racing. Antonio Estrada and Jason Willott going to make up the front row. Willott, native of Mexico. Willott out of the Garden State. Gary Godso and Debbie Hetke going to be on row number 2. Dale Clough and Max Garbus in row number 3. Row 4 will have James Watson and Jason Owens, while Chris Kresge and James Curtis make up row number 5. David Brenner and Cody Claiborne in row number 6. Row 7, Dakota DeMegd and John Forbes. Row number 8, Derek Lowry and Kyle Walgren. Row 9, Matt Houston and Simon Fell. Kevin Smalley and Joseph Tebben on row number 10. I want to wish a hearty congratulations to Kevin and his wife on a new baby that arrived in the last week or so. Alex Greenswig and Dustin Paul in row number 11. Row 12 will have Brian Bedard and Charles King. Abigail Winters and Chad Irvine on row number 13. And Chad will be our in-race reporter tonight, so we'll get to check in with him and some of the other drivers as well as the night rolls on here. James Grimm and Nicholas Isidro in row 14. Row 15, Jose Godino out of Portugal, and Wes Shire from the slightly farther away Poughkeepsie, New York. Row number 16, J. William Walker out of the Carolinas, and Zach Evans also out of the Carolinas. Row number 19, Patrick Byrne, and our title sponsor for tonight, Forrest Baldwin. Connor Baldwin and Benjamin Morton will make up row number 18. Row 19, Mike McCullen and Andrew Acera. Robert Gamble and Mark Reed in row 20. Row 21, Sean Roberts and Robbie Weiss. Jason Murray and Jason Owens in row 22. And Jeff Destino all alone in the 23rd and final row. We've already got one in the outside wall. So we will do our best here to keep track of everybody. Classes are going to be a little bit tough to figure out here as we go, but it's going to be 50 minutes of racing. And one of the things to keep in mind here is these cars at the front of the field will have to stop more than everybody else who's behind them. We'll swing back here, pick up the trucks. That was the 777 of Chris Kresge that I think got into the outside wall. Very me type of cow entry there. Let's pick this one up behind them. David Brenner, excuse me, in the 88. The chicken says eat more beef. Heading back now, we'll pick up Kyle Walgren in the number 99. He should be, the first of the ARCA cars here. Sliding back just a little bit further, quickest street stock belongs to James Grimm. And the quickest among the modifieds is going to be Zach Evans. So leaders making their way through turns 3 and 4. You'll see the iRacing safety car make the hard left-hand turn. Pace car is in, green flags in the air. We are underway in the Baldwin Agriland Stockcar Extravaganza. Estrada and Willott get a duel side by side off of turn 2. You can see the COT cars have already gapped the trucks by a pretty significant margin. It's already up to 3 seconds. We'll slide back here, pick up Jason Owens. He's at the head of the truck field. Down the front straightaway, going to be Antonio Estrada leading lap number 1. Pull up some of the comments here. Oh, the beef puns are coming already. This is fantastic. Shelby checking in saying, let's go, Max Garbus. The stakes are so high. I know. This is just absolutely going to be a blast. Debbie Hedke says, go Hedke. But that's actually Debbie as opposed to RJ, who's doing the driving tonight. So get the comments in here, especially if you're watching on Twitch. Make sure you give us a like and a share here. As the COT cars are going to be 2 wide, 3 rows deep for 2nd through 5th. Slide back just a little bit. Here's the trucks. They're going to be almost 3 wide off of turn 4 as well. Looking back even a little bit further now. A little trouble for Andrew Acera, it looks like. That 05 machine now on the pit road. Here's the truck screaming into your living room. Oh, big hit into the outside wall for the 88. Trouble on the racetrack for Robert Gamble. Also, Debbie Hetke, James Watson seeing some trouble also. Hearing several cars having incidents here. Chris Kresge also off the racetrack. There's Kresge to the inside. Also down there, the 16 of James Curtis. See if we can't get you the instant replay here. Trouble for Robert Gamble. Let's pick up the replay here. Oh, the COT cars flying past. Oh, huge hit into the outside wall. That's how you wad up a bunch of race cars, and that's race leaders involved in that one. That's where RJ Hetke got a piece. Let's see what happened to James Watson in the 39. He comes tumbling down the back stretch. And again, James Watson involved in that one, so a lot of trouble already on the racetrack. Here's your race leader, Gary Godso. He's going to have only about a 10th over Max Garbus. Jason Willott and Antonio Estrada going to run 3rd and 4th. Dakota DeMeg, one of the trucks, actually completes the top 5. Jason Owens going to be all over his back bumper. Slide back through the field just a little bit more. 7th is Derek Lowry in the number 3. That's a bit of a Jordan Anderson paint scheme on that one. Number 93, Best Buy entry of Robbie Wise, runs in the 9th position. Alex Greenswig in the Keystone Canned Ground Beef Special, leading the ARCA machines in the number 28. We'll get you the close-ups. Some of the ARCA cars have absolutely fantastic paint schemes on them. There's actually 2 of the Keystone Ground Beef Specials. Brian Bedard, Matt Houston, Joseph Tebben, 3 wide. Also the 26, I believe. Yeah, that's Dustin Paul, New York Mets entry. Oh man, trucks are going screaming by as the ARCA cars are 3 wide down the back stretch. The COT cars starting to fall in line there as well. There goes Estrada making his way through. Rolling chicanes throughout the field here. The 26 machine Kmart entry, that's Abigail Winters. Just behind them's Kevin Smalley in the canned ground beef entry. We'll slide back here and pick up the street stocks now. The Homestead Coffee Roasters machine out of Poughkeepsie, New York's Wes Schreier. Now the street stock's going to make it 3 wide down the back stretch. Coming up on one of the modifieds as well. This race is as much about survival as it is hanging in to the end of this thing. 10th place, John Forbes, has already made a pit stop. That car stopped on lap 3, as did Dale Clough in the 145. Bump drafting the modifieds is maybe not the brightest idea we have. We're going to try it anyway. Oh, one car hard into the inside wall. That's the 726, I believe, of James Grimm. The attenuator party starting early. And over. Flip that stake. You're only halfway done. Picking up the race leader, it's Gary Godso. He moves to the inside, bringing Max Garbus with him. Antonio Estrada and Jason Willott right there. Top 4 cars still only 0.8 of a second apart. But 8th on back is now at least 1 lap down. So we got some of the carnage that we thought we might see early here. I mean, these COT cars are passing the trucks like they're standing still. Let's do this. Let's get you the onboard here from some of these cars. I've already been talking for 7 minutes, and I'm sure you're sick of hearing my voice. So we'll go in car and give you a chance to turn it up. So there you go, finishing up the ride-along there with Connor Baldwin of Baldwin Agriland fame. COT is coming around the ARCA machinery in turn 4. Still only these 4 cars on the lead lap as we are approaching 9 minutes in. A lot of information we can give you on these. In fact, we'll pull up the pit strategy here. You kind of see Clough, Watson, and Hetke all stopping on lap number 3. Owens, DeMeg, and Lowry haven't stopped yet, but you can only see the 11 laps scored there, as those cars are all 1 lap down. And we can also show you what lap that everybody has made their pit stops on as well. So let's take a look. We'll pick up Chad Irvine here as we're approaching 10 minutes in. And get him down here into our broadcast room. Chad Irvine, Chris Graham in the NRN booth. You got us. They got to turn his microphone on here so you all can hear him as well. That would probably be helpful. All right, there you go. Sorry about that, Chad. So what are your thoughts here? You're about 10 minutes in, so 1/5 of the way. Is this as insane as you expected it to be?
If it's not as insane as I thought it would be, it'd be even more so. It just gets super squirrely running in traffic here. Trying to hold the bottom when everybody else is flying around the outside is not very fun, but it's definitely very exciting.
Yeah, you guys have the street stocks running about the same times as you are, yet everybody gets all spaced out. This has to be a total blast, especially when you've got multiple quick classes coming past you all at once.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of stay in line, trying to make sure you can kind of make your move when you need to, or time your run just right. But other than that, it's kind of watching your relative, making sure you don't get involved with whether it's the COTs or the or the trucks or anybody that's faster coming up around you.
All right, Chad, we'll let you back here to the street stocks, but thanks for checking in with us.
Anytime.
Well, there you go. That's Chad Irvine in the middle of driving that Baldwin Agriland. Kind of cow print. They were just talking about it. Jason Owens leads the pack, screaming around him to the outside. Actually, that was Dakota DeMay who went around him, because Owens just coming around now. That's a great look at it. You can see all the slower classes to the inside. As the field slides back here, especially the trucks, and then here comes James Watson. Now, this is not the same class, but it is a battle for overall position. Watson currently running 8th overall. He's going to come around Lowry easily. In fact, they swing to the outside of Jason Owens, and they are catching Dakota DeMay at about 1/10.5 every second. However, those cars are still one lap down to your race leader. Let's give Dale Clough a bit of a shout here. Dale in that 145 Clyde Torkel Chicken Pit from Stroker Race. There's RJ Hetke. He's got a bit of a fan club out here as well. Just insane speeds they're turning around here. Lap times for the race leaders. Best lap time, 43.61 seconds for Gary Godso. Still holding on. In fact, he's been dominant since that second lap issue. It saw several cars get collected down the back straightaway. A lot of weaving blocking going on out of Max Garbus. Jason Willott trying to get caught back up on the bumper. You can get a tow, even when you're significantly faster than another car. So, for example, the COT cars and the trucks, you'll get a big tow from them. It's just the closing speeds are so high that you really got to make the move quickly. About to put 15 minutes of racing on the board. Lap number 19 has just got up on the scoreboard, working lap number 20 now. Let's do this. We'll show you the best lap times for everybody. Godso is going to be your race leader, but the quickest lap belongs to that 74 machine of Antonio Estrada at a 43.509 seconds. Then we slide back just a little bit and we'll see, I think Dakota DeMay is going to be right about there. Best lap time of 47.597 seconds. That's for the trucks. They're 4 seconds a lap slower than the COTs. Slide back, pick up Brian Bedard, the fastest of the ARCA cars tonight. That number 20 Super Mario Brothers machine. Quick lap time for the ARCA cars of 58.342 seconds. And a solid group of ARCA cars here. We'll hang out with them for just a little bit. See Logan Dontonville checking in on YouTube. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Remember, everybody, give the video a like and a share. If you like what you're seeing, if you want more craziness like this, we got to see it in the metrics. So lots of likes, lots of shares. If you're watching on Facebook, you can contribute stars. Those are always greatly appreciated. And you can support the National Racing Network on Patreon. Visit us at patreon.com/nationalracing. 16 minutes and 13 seconds kicking off here in the Baldwin Agriland Stockcar Extravaganza. Tour mods, ARCA cars, and trucks. The ARCA cars are 3 wide. What a move by the trucks to the inside. Holy cow. That was the 16, and also, I believe, Chris Kresge was down there in that one. Yeah, that was James Curtis and Chris Kresge here. Trouble on the racetrack for Abigail Winters. We'll see what happened here. We'll get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Keep your eye on that number 26 machine. Yep, she's just going to pull it off down into the infield. Take the toe back. So we'll go back to live racing here. These ARCA cars putting on a fantastic duel. Coming right up to the outside, going to be a handful of COT cars as well. In with them, the 350 of Debbie Hetty. It's actually RJ. Coming around to the inside, that number 88, Baldwin Agriland Special. That one belongs to David Brenner. Here comes your race leader, Gary Godso, to the inside, putting another lap on this group of cars. Wow, big wiggle out of Godso. Tries to grab the draft off the tour mod. We are getting hot and heavy here at the front of the field. Several cars coming down pit lane, including race leader Gary Godso. He's going to make his first stop of the night here at 18 minutes and 35 seconds. We'll keep our eye on what the pit times look like. Several cars also stopping back lap 11, 12, 13. Joseph Tebbins, Simon Fell, David Brenner, Dustin Hall. John Forbes coming in at lap number 16 along with Abigail Winters. Race leaders on pit road. I would think you'll see 4 tires and fuel. Yep, right side's down, left side going up on all of these race cars. Wow, great stop for Estrada. He's going to have a shot to be a race leader. They're all right there at the end of pit road. No pit road speed limit from the end of pit lane. Now it's about how quickly can you get to the exit of turn number 2. Jason Willott now making his way down pit road. Tough strategy call there for the 114 of Willott because Godso, Estrada, and Garbus all will have drafting help. Now they're going to work together, get packed up, while we look at Jason Willott stationary on the pit road. He's going to finish up his service, make his way back out onto the racetrack. Get you the pit stop times here for everybody in the top 10. Willott still your race leader, 15.0 seconds. 15.6 for 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles, 2 Kansas Sunoco Racing Fuel out of Gary Godso. Same for Antonio Estrada, but he does it in 14.7 seconds. 16 flat for Max Garbus. So obviously some damage repairs going on there. Kind of surprised Willott's still holding on to the race lead, but he will not be alone for long because there comes Gary Godso, Antonio Estrada, and Max Garbus. They were 3 seconds back of the race leader on corner entry into turn number 3. And that gap now down to 2.3 seconds and shrinking. Race leaders will have to make at least one more stop because, again, this race goes 55 minutes. However, already approaching the halfway point. Willott, Goodso, Estrada, Garbus, your top 4. Slide back, we'll pick up James Watson in the number 39 Red Bull Energy Drink machine. Watson running 5th. He's going to have Debbie Hetke in the 350 right behind him. Dale Clough in the 145 runs in 7th. And these cars being scored 1 lap down as they're now going to make their way down pit road. Got to get down to the pit road speed limit. Another set of COT machinery making their way into and out of pit lane. A little bit of a hang up there for RJ Hetke. Very quick stop for James Watson. Take a look at the stop time there. Watson, second round of stops for all these cars. 14.42 seconds for Watson, 15.32 for Clough. Hetke at 13.92 seconds. Wow, quick stop for Hetke. Oh, trouble for the 07. Actually, that's a 27 of Patrick Byrne. That happening just a couple of seconds ago. Let's get you the replay. Oh, one of the trucks got into him off at turn number 2. Burns going to get spun back around and refired. Another car making really heavy contact. That was Charles King, I believe. King in the number 9 Buffalo Bills entry, making his way down pit road. Several cars have not pitted yet, including Brian Bedard here in the 20. Arca Machinery not having to pit yet, but they are running about 7 laps down now, 8 laps down for the race leaders. This group includes Bedard, Matt Houston, Kyle Walgren. Hopefully we can get a better look at that car here. Check out the hood on this one. It's a Bojangles paint job with duct tape on the hood that says #EatBeef. Yep. Oh, yes, and the word chicken is scribbled out as well. That is beautiful. Well done, Mr. Walgren. Also running in this group, Kevin Smalley. Here's the tight shot on the ground beef machine. Keystone ground beef in a can special. With a couple of people who look absolutely thrilled to be eating canned ground beef. Let's head back here. We'll pick up your class leader in the street stocks, West Shire in the 37. Nicholas Isidro right on his back bumper. This one a pretty good paint job as well. The Burger King number 424. Pontiac Firebird, judging by the headlight accoutrement. Just behind them, our in-race reporter, Chad Irvine. And the 206 of Jose Gadino. Also running in this group, the throwback Arby's 019 of J. William Walker. Then next on the list, going to be Mike McCullen, who I believe is leading in the modified division. We're getting some goofy info here on our timing and scoring screens, so the big Y entry here for Mike McCullen. Slide back here, we'll get the Where's the Beef 618 of Zach Evans. Gotta get you a better look at that machine, not quite through the pit wall. Just 2 minutes past the halfway point. The Wendy's Where's the Beef special of Zach Evans. There's Benjamin Morton in the 77. Also, Robert Gamble. Another one of those fantastic paint scheme. Rocky Mountain Oyster Stout on the side of the 13. Let's pick things back up here at the front of the field as your race leader, Gary Godso, pretty rapidly catching up in actually on that entry of Benjamin Morton. Now it's going to be Antonio Estrada and Jason Willott running in the second and third position. Max Garbus making his way onto pit lane. We'll see. Oh, here we go. Get you the Hot Shoe Race Wear Instant Replay. Trouble from Max Garbus. Tried to get to the inside. Oh, lost it. Oh, and he took a couple of the ARCA cars with him. What a mess. Drivers meeting turn 4. Get you the closer-up replay here. Oh, man, what a huge hit there. That's what happens when you drive a chicken car in the beef show. So we'll pick things back up here at the front. Brian Bedard was also involved in that one. Looked like Derek Lowry as well. Down to 3 cars remaining on the lead lap. Godso and Estrada kind of nose to tail here, about 2/10 apart. Jason Willott now runs in the 3rd position solo. We'll slide back. Max Garbus still holding on to that 4th position, but here's James Watson. Also, RJ Hetke and Dale Clough. All 3 of those cars now on the same lap as Garbus. A couple of laps behind the race leader here. Garbus about half a racetrack ahead of them. But Garbus is 1 lap down to the race leaders. Take a look at the 82 here of Dakota DeMay. Currently, I believe, the leader in the truck class. each of these classes paying $20 to win tonight. However, the class winner receives identical points. So it doesn't matter if you're the overall winner or you win the street stocks, you get the same number of points. That makes a big difference at the end of the season because there's some big cash going out the door here. I think over $1,000 in total payouts coming at the end of the season. End of the season being in December. One night per month, we're going to run these special events. Coming up next month, Roller Derby at Bristol. One car per team will score laps. 2 other cars will act as blockers. Not trying to block your own guy, but throwing the block on somebody else. Truck's going to be 3 wide with a COT car down the back straightaway. And Jason Owens, who runs second in the class, is actually only about 8 truck lengths ahead of DeMay. Owens stopping 1 lap later. Cody Claiborne, who runs in the 3rd position in class, Claiborne going to be on the same lap with Owens and Weiss. Pick up Forrest Baldwin, one of our race sponsors here. Oh, modifieds on pit road. These are going to be incredibly long pit stops. Seeing 47 seconds, 59 seconds for Mike McCullen. Kyle Walgren making his way down pit road. Walgren, one of our ARCA machines. Pick up the 22 of Mike McCullen. Still sitting pit side, also Robert Gamble, that Rocky Mountain Oyster Special. And these are the 3 class leaders in the modifieds. That's just how long these modified pit stops take. Also the damage that I'm sure they've taken as well. So we'll pick up the street stocks here. Wes Shire, Nicholas Isidro, Chad Irvine, Jose Gadino, and William Walker. More ARCA cars coming in to make their pit stops. David Brenner heading down the pit road. We'll see, that's the 88 Gander Outdoors Truck Series entry. Alex Greenswig in the number 28 Keystone ground beef in a can special. We'll get back out here to Brian Bedard. I'm fairly sure here we've got a battle for the race lead in the ARCA class. Kevin Smalley and Matt Houston. But both of these cars have not made a pit stop yet. It'll be interesting to see when they're going to have to come down pit road. Whether it'll be this lap or not. Modifieds making their way back out onto the racetrack. Forrest Baldwin may be playing some strategy here. What it is, I'm not totally sure yet, but he stopped on lap number 9 and is now leading the modified class. There's your class leader in the modifieds, Forrest Baldwin. Connor Baldwin, Patrick Byrne, Benjamin Morton going to run 2:34 in class. And pretty rapidly catching up. Those cars making stops on lap 20 for Connor Baldwin and Patrick Byrne. Benjamin Morton looks to the outside as the COTs and trucks come screaming by. Now let's pick up Wes Schreier here, and we'll drag our in-race reporter back into the room here again. Chad Irvine, you're back live on the air here, but you guys have not had to make a stop yet in the street stocks. One, will you, and when you?
Will we? More than likely, yes. I'm trying to do the calculations in my head. It's going to be very close. We were just talking about that between myself and Nick. They're just in front of me. Very tight, very close on fuel. I think we're going to have to make it. And when we do, the biggest thing is going to be just making sure we don't speed and making sure we get around Wes. Wes has been burning a lot of fuel here in front of us, and if we can just save what we can, take less fuel, less time stationary, we're going to be golden.
Yeah, that's kind of what this might be shaping out to be here. I'm surprised Wes would want to lead as much as he is, because he's one of the smarter drivers in the series.
Yeah, Wes is a great driver. I've raced with him both in TNT and PM18s, USF 2000s, everything. It's going to be fun to try to work our way around him, but we're going to have to see how things go as we get past here by the trucks. That was very close. It's a very fine line here, trying to stay low on the track, but not clip the apron and shoot up into these trucks and just go flying by you.
All right, bud, we'll let you back to handle the driving duties here instead of talking to us. Good luck.
I'm going to need it, man. Hey, I'll see you guys after the race when I win this thing.
Well, a very confident Chad Irvine checking in here. Let's pick up your race leaders. This is Gary Godso and Antonio Estrada. I promise I can talk. Third place, Jason Willott, still 9 seconds back. We talked about it when these guys made their pit stops. And they're going to be due for another round. Whoa, big wiggle out around one of the trucks. Estrada has to fly way to the outside as the truck was going around one of those canned meat specials, now coming around the street stocks. Race leaders Godso and Estrada stopped on lap 25. They're now working lap number 49. So they should be in the next lap or so. Here comes the second pack of COT cars. All of these cars are going to be a couple of laps down. There's Max Garbus. Just behind him going to be RJ Hetke and Dale Clough, also James Watson. So these cars are going to be making their pit stops. I would think 4 tires and fuel going to be the call on this one. Yeah, already left sides going up. 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles, 2 Kansas Sunoco fuel, and a traffic jam coming onto pit road. Adds up to a traffic jam coming off the pit road as well. They're going to try to get up to speed as your race leaders make their way down pit road. Gary Godso and Antonio Estrada are both in. We're down to almost 15 minutes left, actually about 15 and 50 seconds here. So this should be the final stop of the race. Once again, 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles, 2 cans Sunoco Racing Fuel. And Estrada and Godso going to make their way off a pit road, but Estrada quicker by a 1/10 and a half. Going to put him into the theoretical race lead here. Jason Willott, race leader, now on pit road in the 114. I would think if I'm Willott, I am taking 2 tires and the bare minimum of fuel. I would have thought you would have seen that out of everybody, quite frankly. I don't really see the need to take tires, period, unless the fuel time adds up to it. 14.93 seconds on the stop for Walat, but it may not be enough. As here comes Estrada down the front straightaway. Coming around Walat right there on the exit of pit road. And your race leader, Antonio Estrada, with 1.75 seconds over Gary Godso. But Godso's going to be getting the draft. So that'll be your duel for the race lead here as we are now inside of 15 minutes remaining. Let's check in here on Dakota DeMaig. He's going to be your race leader in the Trucks Series. And Robbie Weiss, who's currently running second in class, is about half a racetrack behind in the number 93. So once again, there's your race leader in the 82. Trouble for the 9, I believe that was, down the front stretch. See if we can see who that was. Trouble for Dustin Paul here on the Hot Shoe Racewear Instant Replay. That's the 26 machine. He's going to get pulled off to the inside, and he'll tow his way back to the pit area. Give you a recap here of some of the incidents that we've had. Dale Clough and Jeff Destino also having issues. Clough bounces it hard off the outside wall. Huge hit on the 9. Wow. That's where the damage came from on Dustin Paul's entry as well. Wow. That was a very big hit. Let's get you that one here from the close-ups. Clough bounces it off the inside wall and absolutely jacked up the number 9. Wow. There's some big hits there. So we'll go back to live racing action here. Trouble for Chad Irvine. He was our in-race reporter. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Oh, big hit into the outside wall. He got absolutely dumped by one of the trucks here. Let's get you the cockpit view on Chad Irvine. Well, that's one way to end your day, but Irvine gets the tow and comes back out onto the racetrack. So let's do this. We'll cycle you through the field here again. I'll be quiet for a little bit. We'll give you guys a chance to turn it up. Down inside of 10 minutes remaining here in the Baldwin Agriland Stockcar Extravaganza from iRacing Super Speedway, Farming in Massachusetts. We have a battle for the race lead. Godso to the inside, Estrada to the outside. They've been dueling like this the entire race. Jason Willott back on the lead lap, but still 8 seconds back of your race leaders. He's gonna need help if he's gonna get caught up here. He's making up ground, just not fast enough, I don't think. Oh, the comments are spectacular. Riley Hart checking in saying Wes Shire is currently driving and playing Dungeons & Dragons at the same time. Oh, that's beautiful. Longest solo ever, saying Shire's doing real well. We're also currently being in a D&D game on Discord. We'll get you a look at the multitasking Wes Schreier here on pit road. They talked about it in the street stocks. They were probably going to have to make stops. Shire's the first one who's going to come in. And over 1 minute on pit road already for Wes Schreier. Here comes Nicholas Isidro. He's going to slide up. Oh, and he overshoots the pit box by a pretty wide margin as well. 1 minute, 13.48 seconds, the stop time for Shire. He makes his way back out onto the racetrack. Here's where Chad Irvine getting wrecked may play to his benefit, if you can believe that. Irvine will not have to stop, and they are rapidly closing in on Wes Schreier. Irvine into 69. J. William Walker into 0:19. Wes Shire 3.5 seconds ahead, now down to 3 seconds, make it 2.5. They are going to catch Wes Schreier with a ton of speed. There's Schreier just up ahead of him. Jose Gadino going to be on pit road now. Nicholas Isidro is being scored as the race leader with a gap of 1 minute and 40 seconds over Schreier, Irvine, and Walker. Total time on pit road, 22.27 seconds. That's no tires and not a lot of fuel. I think Wes Schreier may have been caught out by the multitasking here because he's now running third in class, and actually Jose Gadino still the class leader here. He's making his way through turns 1 and 2 on the pit exit lane. You have to stay down there between those two yellow lines until you get to the blue cone off of turn number 2. Gadino back up onto the racetrack, and Isidro 5.5 seconds back. Isidro's going to be catching him in a hurry, but passing him and getting around him is going to be a different story. We're already at 52 minutes and 30 seconds, and if you're still watching, don't go anywhere. In addition to a great finish, we're going to have the attenuator party where everybody in the field, or just about everybody, is going to absolutely junk their race car driving into the blunt end of the pit wall. The gap is definitely closing between Gadino and Isidro. but it's still right about 4 seconds. As we're down to 2 minutes remaining, and there's your race leader, Antonio Estrada, who I believe picked up the win in the Night of Sports Cars event here back in January. Estrada with a 4.2-second lead over Gary Godso. Jason Willott running in the 3rd position. Should be down to about 2 laps to go here for Antonio Estrada, as with lap times, actually this will probably be 2 to go here, because we're seeing last lap time was 44.67 seconds, and we're right about 60 seconds here. So we'll see if Estrada gets the white flag this next time by, but we are down inside of 1 minute remaining. And another absolutely dominant performance by Antonio Estrada. The Eat More Beef hashtag on the back of that car. Trouble on the racetrack for Wes Shire and William Walker. Also, Chris Kresge having some issues here. We are not seeing an indication of white flags, so it'll be the white flag this next time by. Let's get you the replays here real quick, see what happened to Wes Schreier. Oh, Chad Irvine was there. William Walker's there. Bang, big hit into the inside retaining wall. And a couple of flying street stocks. Wow, Walker bouncing all over the racetrack. Oh, there you go. Well, iRacing didn't give us a white flag. 55 minutes is up, and your race winner is Antonio Estrada. Like we said, just dominant run for Estrada. Gary Godso going to come home in the 2nd position. Jason Willott in the 114 comes home 3rd. We'll round out your top 5 here with Max Garbus. Max in the number 98. And James Watson completes the top 5. Winner in the Truck Series going to be Dakota DeMay. Jason Owens runs 2nd in the trucks. Pretty much damage there. And here comes the attenuator party. Owens is the first to bury it. He gets help off. Oh, wow. Someone just got launched into orbit. Oh, there goes Owens. He's out of the ballpark. We'll pick up James Watson here because he's going to send everybody for a ride as well. Or at least we thought he was. There's Dale Clough backwards down the racetrack. Cody Claiborne backwards. Chris Kresge pretty much junked. We'll try to get that truck looped back around. Here comes Dale Clough. Just glancing blow off of everybody there. Max Garbus making his way around. That's who got Jason Owens up into orbit. look here at Simon Fell in the 256. Simon, always the gentleman. He just makes the hard turn, gets it into pit road. Pick up Robert Gamble, see who he's going to take out here at the end. Oh, he buried it. He's got to be, yeah, he was a couple of cars deep. So, pull up the results here from tonight's iRacing Super Speedway. Baldwin Agriland Stockcar Extravaganza. We'll get our race winners here into the broadcast booth. First off with Antonio Estrada. Antonio, it's I think your second win here in the TNT Special Event Series. I knew I could spit it out. Congratulations on the win. It was a lot of fun seeing you and Gary running at the front for so long.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish it was my second win. No, it's actually the first one that I completed. But yeah, for sure, it was a lot of fun driving around. I was very sorry to see him get damaged. I was already like plotting like what I was gonna do for the last couple of laps to pass him, but yeah, he tagged the wall, but it was so fun racing with those guys.
What's it like driving a car with more than 100-mile-an-hour of closing speed between you and the slowest car on the racetrack?
Oh man, it was terrifying. I'll tell you that. Especially the first time we saw them as a pack, like getting through them was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I started kind of getting into a rhythm, and every time I saw him and my relative, I was able to be a little bit more aware. And but yeah, I mean, in the end, it worked out. I got 0 incidents, which I really didn't think would happen. I thought I was gonna end up with a wrecked car on lap 2, but here I am instead.
That's unbelievable that you can go with how important the draft is here. Even bump drafting can get you a 2x occasionally. That's unreal that you managed to do this thing with 0x. Congratulations on that. Who would you like to thank tonight?
For sure. No, it was crazy. So, I mean, first of all, I want to thank Jason for setting this up. It was a lot of fun. And, of course, I want to thank Baldwin Agriland for jumping in and sponsoring us. This is a crazy event that is just a lot of fun. And seeing somebody else come and support us, I mean, that's really something. So thanks to them. And, also thanks to my girlfriend for putting up with me with these crazy races. And everyone who is watching, thank you. And thanks to you guys in the booth.
All right, well, thank you much. We appreciate it. And yes, this is unlike any of the serious stuff that we do. This is a blast to get to hang out and watch you guys do this. So congratulations on the win. We'll see you next month.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, let's pick up our Truck Series winner here, Dakota DeMay.
Hello.
What's going on, brother? We just talked to Antonio about the closing rates and how you deal with that. You guys had to deal with it both ways, where you had
Yes.
the COTs coming at 60 mile an hour faster than you, and you're still 100 mile an hour faster than the street stocks.
Luckily, the COTs were mostly single file. The biggest issues were the ARCA cars that were too wide. That was always kind of, a heart stopper. And then there was a part somewhere in the first 15 minutes or so that everyone else had wrecked except me because of those street stocks and the ARCAs. And yeah, it was lucky for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was waiting for the big show with you and Jason Owens and some of the other guys in the trucks, Chris Kresge, James Curtis, and it just never materialized, which absolutely stunk. But
Yeah.
It doesn't take anything away from the fact that you were really clean the entire night. Antonio did this with 0x. How many did you have?
Mm-hmm. Well, I had a lap lead, and then I blew it because I was trying to help my friend out in the ARCA car, and I tried to bump draft him to the lead pack, and I turned him, and I meatballed both of us. So I had to run Jason back down with the help of Kresge, and actually, I finished with 12x, actually. Part of that might have been the attenuator party, but
I was going to say, the attenuator party might have hurt everybody a little bit, but Hey, congratulations on the class win here. That's big for
Yeah,
points
thank
because
you.
you're getting the same points
Yes.
as Antonio is. Who won?
Yes.
Who would you like to thank? And then how does that set you up for the rest of this season?
The rest of the season, you can't prepare for anything because it's just, what are we doing? A roller derby at Bristol? Like, what?
Yes.
How am I supposed to prepare for that? so you just gotta keep driving, never lift.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I like to thank Cody, Matt, Gary, Alyssa. I know she's watching right now, and shout out to Sunset Arctic Games. You can follow me on Twitter at Sunset Arctic. I got a new game coming out in June called Echo Blade. I'm really excited to show it off soon.
That's awesome. We'll have to check that one out. So, Dakota, congratulations on the class win tonight. We'll see you next month.
All right, thank you.
All right, we now need to pick up our, let's see, we got the trucks. Oh, let's get Kevin Smalley in here.
Hey, coming.
Hi, Kevin. First off, congratulations on the new arrival to the family here. How did you win this ARCA race?
Waited till everybody else was dead, and it was just the two ground beef boys, and, and then batted my time.
The paint job is absolutely disturbing. It was a lot of fun to see some of the paint jobs that we had out here. What's it like driving as the new dad? I mean, it's not a commitment you step away from, we'll say.
No. Well, yeah, it's my wife's great about that stuff, and so gave a day warning and then a couple hour warning, and okay, I'm gonna disappear at 8:30. Right? We good here? We good? And sure enough, we were. It's not as crazy as the Tuesday night TNT league where I dropped her off at the hospital, came back home for that race, and then went back to the hospital later on. She was being induced; she wasn't actively in labor. Before I sound like a complete jerk.
Yeah, we'll kind of tell that story quickly here. Your wife was due to be induced. You took her to the hospital and left to come home and do iRacing.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to go right back.
Your wife is an absolute saint, brother.
And our baby girl was not born for another 22 hours after I was done racing. So
plenty of time.
It was fair. Yeah, plenty of time. I had it the whole way, just like this one tonight. Plenty of time, even though it required 8 people to die in front of me.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Kevin, congratulations on the class win tonight. Who would you like to thank?
Thank you for broadcasting. Thanks to Jason for setting it up. And thanks to you as well for this wonderful, glorious, awful paint for setting me up with that. And also thanks to the Baldwin guys at Baldwin Agriland. Really appreciate their support tonight.
All right, Kevin. Well, congratulations on the class win. We will see you on Tuesday in the TNT series and then back here next month.
Looking forward to it.
All right, last class winner we're going to get here, Nicholas Isidro. You were in a very spirited battle. It seemed like the street stocks were together the entire time. What happened late there, and how did pit strategy play into that?
So coming to the line, because the street stocks are so much slower than the other classes aside from the mods, there were cars that had lapped us on their outlap, and Jose had about a 3 or 4 second lead, and he got taken out by a truck about right before the finish line. And he was in the lead.
Wow. So we're going to have to go back and find the replay on this one to show it to everybody. It was really intense, it seemed like, for the street stocks and the mods. You guys were just almost like your job was to hold your line, stay inside, and just not try to do anything heroic.
Yeah, we basically just decided that the best course of action was to just avoid being moving chicanes and just stay alive until the end of the race. And the person in front burned a lot more fuel, so we had to take a longer stop because the fuel stop is so much slow in these cars.
Yeah,
So that
that
gives
was
them
really
an
the interesting thing was, I mean, Chad Irvine had 2 minute stop, a minute 13 for Wes, and then you and Jose were 22 seconds and 16 seconds, respectively. Was that just a matter of being aware to say, hey, I can short fill this thing and make the end?
Yeah, he goes, we only needed a few gallons of fuel. And Wes had a speeding penalty, and Chad had to like Chad got taken out in an accident
Yeah.
earlier on.
Yes, we saw that one. He got Chad got hosed on that one. We'll just say it that way. But hey, Nicholas, congratulations on the win tonight. It pays first place points, which is the same as everybody ahead of you. So congratulations. You got some momentum building here as we head to the roller derby next month in Bristol.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that works and see if iRacing can get Bristol Dirt out before that event.
Let's hope so. So, yeah, like we say, congratulations. Who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank Baldwin Agriland for putting this event on and sponsoring the event, helping raise the prize pool a little bit.
All right, buddy. Well, like we say, congratulations, and we'll see you next month.
Yeah.
And one more class winner tonight here. Patrick Byrne comes in as the winner of the Tour Modified division. You guys had a thoroughly interesting race here. Everybody finished within a lap or so of each other. What was the key to success here? Because the margin of victory, by my count, 0.08 seconds.
It came down to the leader of the Cardamar class, Antonio, passing us down the straightaway and giving us that lap, which basically our white flag window was from pit entrance to the start finish line. If it had got another lap, Connor would have got me. It was just pure luck.
Part of that is skill, because even we didn't even get the notification of the white flag lap. That was, I mean, it was really an odd night for us with timing and scoring. What's it like for you behind the wheel? Are you trying to gauge that based on the relative and how fast you see him coming?
Yeah, I mentioned it to him as he said we should have gotten the white flag. I said if that car tomorrow comes around and passes us, this is going to be the last lap. And he said no, we're going to get one more. And he decided to not hold back in turn 3 and not try and get a run. And that's what it came down to.
Wow. Well, still a fantastic finish. 8/100ths of a second. That's going to make a fantastic picture for the promo materials. Who would you like to thank tonight? It was a really fun run for you guys.
I would just like to thank Baldwin Agriland for sponsoring this race, making it possible to even do this. This is probably the most fun series I've ever done, and I can't wait for next month.
Yeah, this one has been a ton of fun so far for us to broadcast. And like I said, it's been crazy to see this thing develop. And what are you thinking about the roller derby coming next month at Bristol?
I half understand the rules. I think it's going to be chaos. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch in the broadcast. Um, I don't even know if there's going to be any skill involved. I think that race is just going to 100% come down to luck with the amount that we're going to be crashing into each other, as does happen in a roller derby.
Yes, it is going to be a ton of fun. We can't wait. Yeah, so congratulations again on the class win here. First place points. That's a big deal here because you're getting the same points as Antonio is for finishing 20 plus laps ahead of you.
Oh, yeah. The speed difference is insane.
So, all right, buddy. Well, Patrick, congratulations. We'll see you next month.
Thank you. Have a good one.
So there you go, everybody. What an unreal night of racing here from the iRacing Super Speedway and the Baldwin Agriland Stockcar Extravaganza for the TNT Special Events Series. This one has been a blast to bring to you, and we can't wait for next month to come around. Bristol Motor Speedway and a roller derby. One car will score points for the team. Every lap completed is a point. And you will have blockers / wreckers whose job it is to make sure you don't score laps. It's going to be pretty intense. So On behalf of everyone here at the National Racing Network and the TNT Special Event Series organized by Jason Owens, that was a ton of fun for us here tonight. We can't wait to bring next month to you as well. Until then, my name is Chris Graham. It has been a pleasure to have you join us here tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you soon.